Hey, welcome back to Vox Terra. The show's purpose it is to, what, Rusty? Get people to focus on the long-term survival of the species and make that a political priority instead of banging your fists about a bunch of other stuff. That's right, Rusty. And what's key to that? Developing an environmental consciousness, because if we just keep having an economy based on polluting ourselves into, oblivion here, pumping up the earth full of carcinogens and greenhouse gases, how are we going to get to the next step? Boy, Rusty, I couldn't have said it better myself. Anyway, today's show, we're looking at all of the flooding we've been seeing. We have been seeing a lot of flooding lately, heavy rains, historic downpours. That's what they've been saying in the news, and it's been raining a whole bunch where I live too. In fact, it seems like it rains more heavier than I remember it when I was a youngin'. It does, Rusty. But the media seems to almost never connect the dots to global warming, or now called climate change. They sure don't seem to. Even this so-called liberal news media like NPR. No, they don't. And Fox, why, that's even worse. They got straight up deniers on there. So between the two, neither news source is really hitting it home. So what's specifically on for today? We have an interview between Benny is interviewing Professor Von GrunBerg, who is going to reference and cite from this article here we see behind us, posted by the Union of Concerned Scientists, a terrific group. This article, the information here, is also backed up by the US government report on climate change. That sounds terrific. So, Professor Von GrunBerg, yeah, what is it, Benny? Well, we're wondering if it's so simple that this here flooding we're experiencing in the Midwest in the United States is due to global warming, how come the media is not talking about it, and how does it work? Well, Benny, it's a similar principle for flooding worldwide on the increase, but let us look. It says, on the Union of Concerned Scientists, why is inland America flooding? So this article we're looking at here, this is from the Union of Concerned Scientists. Why, it is, Benny, it is, and we'll provide the link underneath the video at YouTube. Oh, that's going to be handy for folks who want to talk about this. Oh, it sure will, Benny. Now look, and if you could just scoot over a little bit. Sure. Why is inland America flooding? More frequent, heavier rainfall. Yeah, it does seem like it's been raining heavier in a lot of places, like in the Northeast and the Midwest and such. It actually has been, Benny, with the rising global temperatures. Hey, Doc Von GrunBerg, we established that. We went to NASA and showed from in our other videos the Earth's temperature is up 1.8 Fahrenheit since 1880. That's right, Benny, and most of the heat rise has been over the past 25 years, and that's right on NASA. So I guess people who are into denying can put that in the denying pipe and smoke it a bit. Yeah, Benny, I suppose they could. And it says here, the rise in global temperatures are due to increased heat-trapping gas emissions. Well, that means the increase in the burning of fossil fuels, doesn't it? It does, Benny, that's what they mean, and this is also confirmed. It's a NASA website, and it's also confirmed at the US government report on climate change. In fact, it's confirmed a lot of places. Why, Doc, we are burning tons and tons of fossil fuels. It's got to do something. That's what I always say. It's got to do something. It does, Benny. And here's what's happening. Back to the article. The warmer atmosphere can hold more water vapor. More water vapor. It's like after you run a shower, the room's hotter and you can see the mists hanging around the air. This means that when it rains, there is a higher potential for heavy rainfall, which is a main cause of inland flooding. So the hotter air holds more moisture. We've been saying that all along. This is causing more flooding in parts of America and other places. If I look at the very bottom of the chart, gotta scroll down, hold on. Did I say the bottom of the chart? I meant the middle. Oh, well, it's okay, Doc. So it says here, the increase in heavy rainfall average by region since 1958, smallest to largest. Source Climate Science Special Report. And you can see the Northeast, the Midwest, and the South have had very large increases in rainfall. It also says that there's more potential for heavy rainfall. Remember, since the hotter air can hold more moisture, it holds on to that moisture, and when it finally does rain, it rains quite heavily. Now, the contrary is this can also create a drought effect because the air retains moisture. In fact, in the US government report, we found out that it pulls more moisture from the soil. Well, that's something, so the soil can be drier even though the air itself is getting moister. Yeah, this is how climate change or global warming is really messing things up for people right here and right now. Oh, gee, Von GrunBerg, we gotta spread the word. I mean, this is simple stuff. These floods keep happening. The news just says, oh, historic flood, but they don't connect it back. So it's easy, folks. The hotter air retains more moisture. The planet's hotter than it used to be. There's more carbon in the atmosphere than there used to be, more greenhouse gases. This hotter planet is retaining more moisture, so we're getting more heavy rains or we're getting more droughts, but the precipitation pattern's been going up. So if you live somewhere and you're thinking, it's raining more than it used to and it's raining heavy, it ain't just your imagination. So don't let people make you think you're dumb when you ain't. The weather's changing, and it's changing because of all this pollution we're pumping up there. So just keep it simple and spread the word, because the media's not going to do it, is it, Von GrunBerg? It doesn't seem like it, Benny. They have been doing more reports, but generally they kind of don't cover it very well at all. And why do you think that is, Professor? Well, there's a lot of money at stake. We've linked to desmog.org and other videos in the past. Yeah, desmog, that's a great reference. They show you where a lot of the climate denial money comes from. You should check them out. Anyway, hey, Professor Von GrunBerg, thanks a whole bunch. Oh, wait, Benny, there's a little more. There is? Well, the flooding's not entirely due to climate change. The increase in flooding, it's not. Now, look here on the article. Scroll down. A rapidly changing landscape. Modern land use practices have left our landscape less able to accommodate the heavy rainfall, increasing the risk of floods and exacerbating the impact. So here's a see destruction of natural areas, increased use of impermeable surfaces, and increased developments into floodplains. Well, Doc, them some good points, and maybe it ain't global warming, them points, but there's still a general lack of environmental consciousness and a general lack of focus in politics on the long-term survival of the species. If people thought of it that way, they'd be saying, we need them natural areas, not just for the critters, but for people. They help filter the air and they help absorb the water from the floods. That they do, Benny. So let's increase the environmental consciousness. That sounds great, Von GrunBerg. Can we wrap it up now? Sure. We'll continue another time, Benny. All right. Back to you, Matt. Well, thanks for the interview, Benny. That was you and Professor Von GrunBerg did a great job. They did, but one thing somebody criticized before that Benny, or we did, maybe you, Matt, that you conflated is the word the critic used, conflated pollution and greenhouse gases. Conflated. Wow, don't they know some big words? Well, the reason we did that is because even if you want to sit there thinking that all these fossil fuels we're putting in the atmosphere into the waterways are not going to change the atmosphere, which doesn't seem possible to me, even if you think that, they are all toxic to breathe in. The refining of oil creates volumes of toxic wastes. Breathing in auto exhaust is toxic. It is. I mean, who wants to breathe in this stuff? So that's why he switched the words pollution and greenhouse gases. Yes, Rusty, that's why. Well, I thought it was a terrific interview. Me too, thanks. So, until next time, please subscribe. Hit the notification button so you know when we put out a video. Please offer helpful, constructive criticism. Please comment. Supportive comments are helpful also. And that's about it. So until next time, peace be with you. Yes, peace be with you. Thank you.